Hello students. So we were discussing built-in functions in MS Excel. In the last lesson I discussed about sum function in detail. So in this lesson the first function that I will discuss is average function. So at first, the purpose of average function. It calculates the average of all the numeric values of the specified cells given as arguments and returns the result to the cell where the cell pointer is located. That means sum function will calculate sum and average function will calculate the average of all the values which are given in the specified cells. Okay, and the result will be returned to the cell where the cell pointer is located. That means in the active cell. Syntax is very easy, just like sum function. Equal to average number 1 comma number 2 comma dot dot dot. Okay, because any number of values we can enter here. Argument type is number, return type is number. An example is equal to average 10, 15, 20. So here what will happen? Average equals to 10, 15, 20 means the average of 10, 15 and 20 will be calculated. That means 10 plus 15 plus 20 will be divided by 3 because there are only 3 values. So the above function will return the value 15 as 10, 15 plus 20 by 3 equals to 45 by 3 equals to 15. Okay. So let's see this one practically. This one is average marks. I will calculate the average marks of every individual student here. Okay, total marks is already calculated, so the average marks I will calculate without calculating the total marks here. So I will not take the help of this total marks. Okay, so I will calculate this average marks independently here by using the function average. So what is the formula? Equal to, then average, I will write average, sorry, equal to average, then the average marks of Abhinav Sinha in maths, physics and chemistry. Okay, so maths I can give the value. What is the marks obtained by Abhinav Sinha in maths? I am giving 56, comma. What is the marks obtained by Abhinav Sinha in physics? 87. So 87 I am giving. And another one, the marks obtained in chemistry by Abhinav Sinha is 84. So 84. Okay. So now I will press enter. As you can see, the average marks is calculated. So here what is the formula? The formula equals to average, then 56, 87, 84. That means all the marks are given, all the numeric values are given. Here we can also give the cell address instead of these values, numeric values. So what is the cell address? I am writing again. What is the cell address of 56? That means the marks, mathematics marks of Abhinav Sinha, that is 56, which is, as you can see, E4. So I am writing here E4. Okay, E4, then comma. Physics 87, so comma F4. Then chemistry marks, so comma G4. So E4 comma F4 comma G4, same result. And as these cells are continuously placed, that means we can also use the cell range here. What is the cell range? The first cell address of the cell range, which is E4, colon the last cell address of the cell range, which is G4. So we can also write the formula like this: E4, the first cell address of the cell range, colon G4, this one. Okay, the same thing, the same results we have got. So I will drag the result, sorry, I will drag the fill handle button downward to calculate the average marks of the rest of the students. Okay, this is called autofill feature and we are using relative referencing. Okay, this one. So everyone's average marks will be calculated here. As you can see, the formula E8 colon G8, the average marks of Rishikesh Mitro is EA equal to average, inside the parenthesis E8 colon G8, so 89 plus 99 plus 95 divided by 3, that is actually will be calculated by this formula, by this function. So here is the average mark. Okay, now we will learn about the max function. So max function, what is that? You can easily depict the purpose of the function from the name. So max purpose is it determines the maximum of all the numeric values. It determines the maximum of all the numeric values of the specified cells given as arguments and returns the result to the cell where the cell pointer is located. That means the maximum value of all the values which are given as argument will be calculated and will be returned to the cell where the cell pointer is located, that means on the active cell. The syntax is very easy, equal to max then number 1 comma number 2. So every time the syntax are actually same for all these functions which we are discussing here. Okay, the argument type is number, the return type is number, and an example like this one, equal to max 10 comma 15 comma 20. So obviously which one is the maximum? 20 is the maximum, so the above function will return the value 20. So let's see this. Here we will calculate the highest marks of every individual student in highest marks of all the students. We will calculate the highest marks in every subject which is obtained by these students. That means we will calculate the highest marks in mathematics among these students. We will calculate the highest marks of physics among these students. We will calculate the highest marks of chemistry obtained by these 5 students, as well as we will calculate the highest total marks obtained by these students. So we can use the max function. Okay, so let's use the max function. So equals to max, then I will calculate the highest marks in mathematics among these 5 students. Okay, so I will use this cell range. As you can see, I have selected this cell range, that means from E4 to E8. So whatever is the highest value of these cells from E4 to E8 will be returned by this function in this cell. Okay, so let's say this 89. As you can see, 89 is the highest marks in mathematics which is obtained by Hrishikesh Mitro. As you can see, 89 is the highest marks. So in this way, by using the relative referencing, we can drag this one to the right and we can calculate the highest marks in physics, the highest marks in chemistry, and the highest total marks, that is 283, which is obtained by Hrishikesh Mitro. Okay, and if I drag this one, then also we can determine the highest average marks, that is 94.333, this one. Okay, which is obtained by Hrishikesh Mitro. So this is the way max function can be used to determine the highest value within a specified cells which are given as argument. Okay, so now the lowest marks, that means we will use mean function. So mean function, the purpose is very easy, that is it determines the minimum of all the numeric values of the specified cells which are given as arguments and returns the result to the cell where the cell pointer is located. So max function will return the highest value and mean function will return the lowest value or the minimum value. Argument type is number, return type is number. An example, equal to mean 10, 15, 20. As you can see, the minimum among these values is 10, isn't it? So the above function will return the value 10. So let's see this. So in the same way, we will determine the lowest marks. So for highest marks max function, for lowest marks mean function. So I am using here mean function. So equal to mean, then I will use the cell range here, that is the minimum marks obtained in the subject of mathematics. So here, as you can see, so E4 to E8, that is the cell range I have used, and as you can see 56. So 56 is the minimum marks which is obtained in the subject of mathematics, and it is obtained by which one? Abhinav Sinha. It is obtained by whom? Abhinav Sinha. Okay. So in the same way, I will drag this one towards right, and the minimum marks in the subject of physics is calculated, the minimum marks in the subject of chemistry is calculated, and the minimum marks and the minimum total marks is also calculated, and the minimum average marks is also calculated. Okay. So in this way, the lowest marks can be calculated by using the mean function. Okay. So now this is our last function, that is count. Count, it is an interesting function. What is the purpose? It counts the total number of numeric values present in the specified cells given as arguments and returns the result to the cell where the cell pointer is located. So remember, total number of numeric values it returns. So total number of numeric values means, suppose sometimes we make several entries in a worksheet, so it can be difficult for us to remember how many entries we have made, how many numeric entries we have made. Numeric entries, remember, not the text entries. Numeric entries we have made in the spreadsheet. So that's why we can use count function, that how many numeric entries we have made in the worksheet. So here the argument type is number, return type is number. As you can if I give an example, it will be clear to you. As you can see, example equals to count 10, 15, 20. So here in the arguments, as arguments, how many numeric values are used? 10, 15, 20. So the above function will return the value 3, because there are only 3 numeric values. Is that clear? Okay. So we will use this one. Suppose here I have given I have written this one, total number of entries. So total numeric entries. So we will calculate the total numeric entries in this row 4, total numeric entries in row 5, in row 6, in row 7, and in row 8. Okay. So as you can see, in row 4, how many numeric entries are there? As you can see, serial number is 1. Abhinav Sinha is not a numeric entry. It is a text, marks and maths numeric, this one is numeric, this one numeric. So actually, if I select this one, then as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 numeric entries are there in row 4, in row 5 also, in row 6 also, row 7 also, row 8 also. Okay. So here what will be the function? I will use count equal to count, and then I will use the cell range, that is from C4 to I4. Okay. So C4 to I4 is given as argument in formula. So as you can see, total 6. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 entries are there, but Abhinav Sinha is not a numeric entry. That's why total number of numeric entries is 6. So if I drag this one, every time the total number of numeric entries will be 6. So that is the use of count function. Now suppose if I write any anything, suppose like this, equal to count, then if I write suppose within double quotation, suppose 100, within double quotation 100, then comma 10, then 45, like this one, then what will be written? It will be written 3. I am showing you by making this a little bit bigger. Here suppose 3. So here as you can see 3 is there, but what is the formula? Equal to count 100 comma 10 comma 45. So you will say that 100 is numeric, 45 is numeric, sorry 10 is numeric, 45 is numeric, but 100 is not numeric because it is enclosed within double quotation, so it is actually a text value. Well, one thing you must remember, that if any numeric value is enclosed within double quotation, is enclosed within the double quotation, then by default MS Excel will translate this text 100 to into numeric value. That means MS Excel will regard this one, will consider this 100 as a numeric value. So this will happen only if we write any numeric value within double quotation, then only it is possible. But if I write suppose xyz as an argument within double quotation xyz, so it will not consider as a numeric value. Let's see this one. As you can see 2 is returned. 2 is returned because 10 and 45, these two numeric values are used, but xyz is not a numeric value. That's why total number of numeric values in the argument is actually 10 and 45. Okay, that means 2. So that's why if I enclose this one within, if I enclose a numeric value like 19 within double quotation, MS Excel by default will consider this one as a numeric value. If you write 19 within double quotation, then also it will be a numeric value. If you write 19 without double quotation, then also it will be considered as a numeric value. Okay, so that's why here 3 will be returned. So one thing is very clear, that count function is actually counts the total number of numeric values present in the specified cells given as arguments. Okay, so it will count only numeric values present in the specified cells given as argument. Is that clear? So that's all for now.